Hey guys, it's Crystal here at Kingdom, and today I want to talk about female health a little bit. So this is for the females, but also any men that are watching. This is great information to pass on to your significant other, to your daughters, to your nieces, and so on. This information needs to be talked about more for sure, and it's just not. So as far as female health, the two things I want to talk about are breast health and female hygiene products. So breast health, there's a few things that we can do that can really have a big impact on helping to prevent breast cancer and just supporting our overall breast health. And one of those things is, of course, monthly self-breast exams. There's also something called thermography or thermograms. And this is different than mammograms. So the thermography does not have any radiation. It does not smash your breast to an unhealthy state. And it gives you a really good baseline of your breast health that you can get checked every year. It uses heat to detect, and it's very effective and very safe. And it's not just your breast that you can get checked with thermography, you can get your whole body. So you can see some pretty cool things like with meridians from your teeth, like root canals, mercury fillings to your thyroid, down to your breasts. So pretty cool options with that, and much safer option. Another big thing that you can do is not wearing wired bras. So our breasts have lymphatic flow that has to be flowing well. It has lymphatic system. Part of the lymphatic system is in the breast. So when we wear a wired bra, we're blocking that, and that can cause congestion in the breast and toxicity to build up. So if you can find a good, I know that's hard sometimes, but finding a good wireless bra, that can be really helpful for breast health. And then another big thing, a really, really big thing that you can do for breast health is wearing non-aluminum deodorant, or not wearing it at all. If you want to try milk of magnesia, that's what people used to use back in the olden days. The dollar store brand does not have any fillers. Or like lime juice or lemon juice, some people love that, it works great for them, but it does burn after you shave, so be mindful of that. But otherwise, there's a lot of great options even in stores now that don't have aluminum and are less full of other chemicals. So trying to get the least amount of chemicals in there and the least amount of aluminum. So the way that the antiperspirants work are that the aluminum goes into the cells, goes in through the underarms, and that's one of our biggest detox areas anyway. So trying to not wear it when you're at home, and at times when you can sweat, especially when you're working out if you're at home. I know sometimes that can be difficult, but it is really helpful for your health and for detox. And so the way that it works is the aluminum gets up into the cell and it swells so that the cell can't sweat. And so not only do we not get that detox from not sweating, but also the aluminum can build up in there. And a lot of the cadavers that they tested for patients that had died from breast cancer, their breast tissue had aluminum. So the least amount of aluminum that we can have in our body, the better. And that is a big way to limit our exposure to it. And so those are some really great options for overall breast health. And then another thing I wanted to talk about was female health as far as hygiene products. So when we're talking about tampons, it's just the typical thing that women use is conventional tampons or pads, and they're full of a lot of chemicals. So cotton is one of the most heavily sprayed crops. It's sprayed with pesticides. So there's a lot of chemicals already on the cotton, and then they add, fragrances and chemicals and preservatives, chlorine and BPA and glyphosate. They're all on the cotton. So we're putting that right up by our cervix every month for several days, and that can cause a lot of cervical changes and a lot of other issues. But also the tampon itself is a plug. So everything can't come out properly like it should when there's a plug there, obviously. So what happens is things can, and there's been studies that have linked these products, these toxic women's products, to cramping and endometriosis and hormone issues and infertility and of course toxic shock syndrome. But every single woman that I've talked to and I've gotten off of tampons has had better periods and overall feel better hormonally. So it is something to think about, and it is something that is easy to switch, but it can be a little bit of a mindset change. So as far as them being a plug, like I said, not everything can come out, and so cysts can develop and possibly fibroids can develop, but also endometriosis because things can't properly come out. So it does help with cramping, and it helps with a lot of other period symptoms. Alternate options would be using like a menstrual cup, which can be a little bit of a learning curve, but usually within 1 to 2 cycles, women get used to it, just like using a tampon. They work really well, and they can be worn for up to 12 hours. They're very safe, and they also save a lot of money and waste. There's also menstrual discs that a lot of women prefer to menstrual cups. Those are a great option as well. Or you can use pads, and you can get chlorine-free or organic pads that are easily accessed today. So those are some great options, and I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, send us a message or give us a call, and we're happy to help. Hope you guys have a great day.